I can't believe that fucking worked.
What the fuck? Why?
Dude, you totally had it coming. Do you realize how much of a tool you are?
Seriously? Why in God's name would you throw a pineapple at that nun?
Maybe because I like to think of myself as something of a do-badder, rather than a do-gooder. Do you know the difference between the two?
Yes, of course I know the difference between a do-badder and a do-gooder. The only difference being in the fact that not all things are created equal.
Not all things are created equal. Like the masses of ants in our backyard have any idea of the symbolism of the oppressed, with varying displays of aggression towards those they find to be anything other than what they wish to be. The wishes of the oppressing conflict with the wishes of the oppressed, in so much that they themselves are fighting away the very evils they stand to fall against. You do realize the inequality of the monsters they've become? The way they push against the hard stone of fate, only to be denied the very thing they strive for?
Well, as far as I can tell, the hard stone of fate that you keep referring to is the fact we haven't called the exterminator in 4 years, have 10 beehives in the bathroom alone, and you keep trying to shove your hand in there like some kind of mega fucking idiot. You realize that the only thing more equal than this do-badder or do-gooder idiocy you display is the utter fucking ridiculous ideology that one day, so very soon, your fucking porn studio will come to fruition.
You leave Blue Betsy out of this.
Or what? You'll come at me with your mightier-than-thou speeches? Your glanced blows or fallen shadow puppets? Your defeatist ways or the shuddering of angry clenched fists at a god that no longer understands you the way your microcosmic mind can only feebly attempt to understand?
I'm going to get some coffee. You want a latte?
Sure, why not? We can further discuss the dumbassery that is whatever you decide it could be.
I'm glad we're getting some coffee. Look, can we just agree to disagree, that in some small way, the epitome of both our arguments and counter-arguments is less attuned or attuned to the rampant and miscalculated microaggressions that the ants have towards the bees?
I guess, all I want is some fucking coffee. I mean really. How hard is it to walk towards the fucking coffee shop?
We have a car.
And yet, we are not driving it to the coffee shop.
There, are you happy? We were in the car, you fucking jackass.
That was interesting.
Nope, not really. Look, we can agree to disagree that while there are certain advantages to either the ants or the beehives in the bathroom, what we can't truly agree on is which side we'd both rather be on.
No, it's not that we're disagreeing, it's that you refuse to agree with me about the fact the ants are a far sturdier choice than the bees. I mean, every time I try to shit, I have to think to myself, do I really want to risk my asshole being stung 1,000 times and my anus swelling up to the size of a bouncy house?
The answer is yes. You kinky fuck. The answer is always goddamned yes.
Are we there yet?
Yes, we're here. Look, the bee and ants have their differences, right?
I am sick of the fucking bees and ants. Let's just talk about the do-better and do-gooder part of this ever-evolving bullshit. You do realize that, by comparison, there are far larger things at stake here, right? We have multiple universes connected by strings of theories that never actually took place, and yet, our entire conversation, nay, the very makeup of our reality is decided by the overstimulated brainfuckery of a bored and uncaring god, right?
True dat, bitch. We're here. Let's continue this asinine conversation in the presence of others who'll think we're just fucking around while high off of our asses, and yet, with the slightest twist in the anarchy of societal discourse, get our goddamned coffee. What do you want?
I don't know. What about a latte?
Why do you want a latte?
Duh, because you fucking offered me a latte, and that's pretty much the only reason I decided to come with you.
I guess in a way, the cruelest fate that we, as mere puppets of a greater design, can struggle with is the douche fuckery that is trying to get a goddamn drink outside of the house. I'm trying to free your mind of whatever rusty bear trap it seems to be stuck in. I'm not generally one for annoying conversation, but I've got to say this one thing.
What's with that face?
What face?
That fucking face.
This face?
Never mind.
What do you want? Latte. That face. I want a fucking latte, you shit. That'll be $12.65. Fuck your $12.65. Well, without paying said $12.65, you can enjoy the smell of coffee, you dick. Can I get 2 lattes then? Sure. That'll be $52.50.
Just get the fucking coffee.
How's your latte?
Just like your sex life, non-existent. Because you wouldn't pay the guy, we don't have any fucking coffee admit to it. Need I remind you of the immediate need to deal with the current issue of the ants and the bees? There hasn't been any progress whatsoever, and to make things worse, I think your bees might have infested your sock drawer.
Yup, I feel them, they're stinging the shit out of my balls. This is not the dance of a happy man. I am simply blasted out of my skull trying to figure out just why the bees, my lovely bees, the bees I have raised since they were little bee babies, in their little bee abyss, have decided to rage against their one true master.
What the fuck?